Well, good morning, everybody. I've had some technical difficulties here. Oh, there's no audio. Ah, shit. All right, I'm going to come clean here. What happened was that I started rolling the trailer, and I was going to go back to doing something else while that was rolling, and these damn wireless mice, my fingers rolled across it, and I kicked myself out of the out of the stream. All right, let's try this again. Let's roll. Let's roll the thing so we got some audio here. Come on, yes, son of a bitch. Where are you? There we go. Though we're a comics dude, I have a lot of warm moments. Yeah. Enjoy your Irish coffee, my friends. This one's on me. That guy playing the doctor. Your entire spinal cord is missing.
This terrifying menace that G2 must destroy before it's too late.
It is fading, sir. There it goes again, same trouble.
How can they stop this invisible force whose only warning is a weird, blood-chilling sound? Only two people still alive can help this agent find the answers. The girl who could be a spy, and the scientist who could be the destroyer of the entire human race.
They never indicate she's a spy.
We're facing a new form of life that nobody understands. I believe it feeds on the radiation from your atomic blast, and that it's evil. You've got to stop them. There's only one way: shut down your atomic plant. If I can get through, I can blow up the control room.
All right. Let's try this again. Welcome, everybody, to 31 Days of Monsters. We're on day 28. Can you believe it? There's only 3 more days left before the biggie, Halloween. I'm your horrible host, Graham Nolan, and horrible is not a metaphor for horror movies. Just I'm a horrible host. I start trailers and don't have sound on it. So sue me. What do you want? So we got a fun one today. We're talking strictly B movie, The Fiend Without a Face from 1958, starring Marshall Thompson. Marshall Thompson was an actor who started in the 40s. He was a young guy. He appeared in John Ford's They Were Expendable. Throughout the 50s, they thought that he might have some stardom. He appeared in, but he ended up relegated to some of these B sci-fi monster pictures. But the funny thing is we remember him from these, Fiend Without a Face and It, The Terror from Beyond Space. It wasn't until the 1960s where he really hit it big with the TV show Doctari. I remember watching that as a kid. And that was a kind of a spin-off from the John Wayne movie, Hatari, about, although Marshall Thompson plays a veterinarian at an African ranch, and he gets the TV show stolen from him by Clarence the Cross-Eyed Lion. But anyway, we're going to talk about this one, The Fiend Without a Face, and you can't talk about it without mentioning a couple things. One is this great poster. Now, this gal here, Kim Parker, the one that they say might be a spy, but they never indicate that in the movie. Every bit of advertising for this thing has this sequence of her in her towel. She'd just gotten out of the shower. Where is it? There it is. There's the shot. Marshall Thompson has knocked on her door. She didn't answer. The door was open, so he comes in. She comes out of the shower, and bammo, we got this cheesecake shot. And they use this to promote her for everything in this movie. In fact, if you go to IMDb and click on her name, this is the image for her. Poor thing is remembered for this. The Fiend Without a Face has a great monster. It's this brain slash spinal cord thing with little antennas, and outside the little puppet thing that they use here for the close-ups, when it's moving, they do stop motion animation, which is very charming and fun. This was a British film, which explains why one of the soldiers salutes Marshall Thompson in a British salute with the open palm. Him being an American actor, he salutes properly back, considering they're on a U.S. Air Force base. It's supposed to take place in Canada, but all the townsfolk that we encounter sound like they're right out of Ireland or something, or England. This was not well received by the censors in England. They wanted to give it an X rating because, quite frankly, there is a lot of blood. There's a lot of blood and gore in this. Now, granted, it's the alien that's getting shot, but it's almost like jam comes out of its head when it's shot, and splatters on the wall and everything. So it's really, really cool. The log line for this says it all. Invisible atomic monsters attack a U.S. Army Forces base and the local residents. Okay, what more do you need to know? Basically, the scientist was developing, trying to develop like mental powers, and the radiation from the atomic plant that was close by enhanced it and created these invisible creatures. And when the atomic energy was increased, was when you could see when they become visible. And you finally got the reveal of these creatures, these brain creatures, and they're all over the place too. They start to multiply, and they're up in trees, they're climbing down chimneys, they're attacking people, and there's a great siege scene where our heroes are holed up in this house, and they got a couple 45s, and they're just blasting away at these things. One of the guys says, I'm running low on bullets, and before you know it, he's shot about 20 more without ever having to reload, which is pretty funny. Marshall Thompson says the director of this did not want to do it. Arthur Crabtree said it, sci-fi was beneath him. Sometimes he didn't show up, and he claims that Thompson directed the back half of this film himself. Who knows? Nobody to check on that, but this is a fun movie. It's quickly paced. There's another really good scene, a little sort of disconcerting, where our hero Marshall Thompson gets locked into a mausoleum, and in a cemetery, and he's got a light, like a torch to keep the light in there, and then he's running out of oxygen. It's a pretty tense scene. It's pretty cool. So fun movie, not an A-lister by any means, but definitely better than a lot. So I hope you watched it. So let's go say good morning to the chat, and I'll take my medicine because I know there's going to be some stuff in here ragging on me. Pop Culture Avenger is here. Devil Flyer, JP Roca, what's good? Pop Culture Avenger says, good morning, Graham. Could this be the work of some mental vampire? Yes, in fact, it was a mental vampire that knocked me out of the stream and didn't turn the volume on, and I apologize for that guy. He's been dispatched with my 45 that shoots 35 bullets, so all is good now. Dr. Mask Says, Hail Graham, hail chat. Did my homework yesterday. Quick, fun movie. Love the ending where with Major Cummings getting congratulated for getting the girl. Yeah. The colonel, gives him a pat in the back, like, "Wow." Like, show up on the base when you're through. That is pretty funny. George Traveler says, "What's happening, Chad? Only 4 episodes of 31 Days of Monsters left. Where has the time gone?" I know, right? The Sin Killer, greetings, sinners. Pop Culture Avenger told me about this channel. I've subscribed and I'll check it out later. Have fun. Awesome. Good to have you, Sin Killer. You can go back and check out all the other 27 episodes from this year, plus last year's are up as well. And thank you, Pop Culture Avenger, for spreading the word. Fearless Freep is here. North Free. Revan Saber. Man, this is a B movie for sure. Brains hanging from trees, LOL. It is, but it's so much fun, when the critters show up and their little stop motion movements and stuff, and their squeals, and when they get shot and their brains splatter everywhere. It's fun. I like how they can just like leap too. It's like they use their spinal cord like a spring, and they pew, and they fly up and they grab onto somebody and wrap around and like. The Normie Nerd is here. JJW says good morning. And here we go. No sound. Hyper Kaiju reminds everybody to drink. JP Roca says this is horrible. Man of War 665 Graham, no audio Nolan. Normie Nerd says, Fiend without a mouth. You bastards. Boy, oh boy, I don't get any breaks. Thank you, George. I just want to point out, to be honest, he's had 27 straight days of no glitches. I'm impressed. Right? That's not too bad. Look at some of last year's shows. It's amazing I showed up at all. Billy Glasby says, hello, everyone. George also says this movie looks better with the sound off. Hyper Kaiju says this is my kind of B movie right here. The creatures' schlup schlup sounds were quite unnerving when I first heard them. Then when the creatures showed themselves, I just decided to grin and bear it. She wasn't too upset about her father's death. Orange Potato Gamez says, Hail Graham. Hello, Orange Potato Gamez. North Free says, it's been a fun month. George says this is his favorite show on YouTube. Please don't sell yourself short, Mr. Nolan. Thank you, George. Much appreciated. Pop Culture Avenger George Travels. Let's talk him into doing a once-a-week monster show after October. That's a possibility. That's a definite possibility. I gotta up my game a little bit. If you haven't noticed, I have new lighting, particularly on the nighttime shows, and I don't know why that is because the lighting in here doesn't change. But like on the Bros or on Comicsgate Kings, I tend to have an orange look, and I think it's because of the lighting that's in the studio here. I've got these lights directly above me, and I think they're casting against the green screen, and it's making me yellow. So I got these two lights, and I'm playing with the intensities on them now to kind of get the skin tones and shadows right. So today's the first show with them. How do I look? If Canada had spies in the 50s, they could have prevented the Great American-Canadian War of 1999, so perfectly depicted in the South Park movie. She did fill the sweater nicely. Yeah, she was quite a pretty lady, actually. There's a picture of her. Let's see if I can pull her up. All right, here we go. Where is it? There it is. Hold the phones, kitties. Wah, wah. That's Kim Parker. I don't think she did too many movies, to be honest. But she was a pretty lady. And it was kind of a racy sequence when she comes out like that, with a high towel on her for 1958, I thought. Pop Culture Avenger says she was a cutie. North Free says brains that strangle. It's different. The creature is reminiscent of a face hugger. I agree. I got that vibe too. A lot of folks like the sound of the brains when they're moving. That schlup schlup sound. Pretty gory when the fiends are splattered. Yeah, yeah. Particularly, you think of a 1958 movie. It was pretty gory. I mean, that picture I showed, had like the brains splattered on the wall. It looked like strawberry preserves. Better than Plan 9? Yeah, it's better than Plan 9. I like when the tough guy came out of the woods looking like a bad Frankenstein. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that scene. Oh, jeez. I don't even have the right backdrop today. Yeah, I swear to you, man. Let's fix that. Unbelievable. There we go. This is one for the books. That's from when I was playing with the lights before we went on. Before I went on, so I had way too much going on in this early morning old man brain of mine. North Free thinks that Marshall Thompson was rather stiff in this movie. I don't know. I thought he had more life than anybody but the brains. You know, the guy who plays the Colonel. Half the time he's not looking at the other actors when he's talking, which is pretty funny. Well, I'm going to half agree with this one, George. Mr. Nolan continues to get better with age, both in his YouTube and his storytelling. Look forward to see what the future holds. Yeah, my drawing and storytelling has never been better, but the YouTube thing, I'm not quite sure about that one. More monster books after Alien Alamo? Yes, absolutely. The third book will be The Ghosts of Matacumba Key. If you don't know where Matacumba Key is, it's in the Middle Keys in Florida, in the Florida Keys. And it was the scene of the worst hurricane to ever hit the United States in 1935. They reference it in Key Largo, in fact, the movie. Doju Kun Comics says, once a week monsters sounds rad. I think we're going to have to do that, guys. The only problem is that it waters down the 31 Days of Monsters when we get to it, because eventually I'm going to run out of stuff. Mr. Nolan voguing on us now. Do a comic book sequel to this movie, Graham. I look less shiny with the new lights. Well, that's good. That's a start. I can add filters too, blue, red, yellow, green filters. So I'm playing with that too to see how that's playing out. But I have two lights now, one here and one here. So one's over and one's on the side. So I'm trying to play with their intensity and stuff and get it just right. I'll know when I do the professionals tonight, when it's nighttime lighting, because that's when it seems to be the worst. The morning stuff didn't seem like it, but when I'm on those other shows, I look like an orange, like my liver gave out. It might have. I do like bourbon. All right, let's see. Okay, so we get some comments on Kim Parker saying, wow, she looks really good there. Yowzer, nice leggings. Because she was a comedian, Lucille Ball's beauty was often underrated. Before she did comedy, she was going to be a siren. Oh, yeah, you look at her in the late 30s and early 40s. She was gorgeous. That lifestyle, that smoking, that cigarette smoking and good drinking, kind of ruins everybody's looks. It beats you up. So by the 1950s, she was, close to 40 or maybe even 40 when she did I Love Lucy. It didn't quite look like she did in the late 30s and early 40s when she was, when those effects hadn't really worked on her a bit. And then by the 60s, she sounded like this when she was talking. It's a lot of cigarettes. Manowar says, I know the Colonel had great shot accountability. Old guy didn't waste a single round. He was pretty good. he nailed everything he aimed at. George is reminding us all to hit that like button. hit that like and that subscribe and reminder button. Please, if you're new, please do so. If you're watching this after the fact, if you made it actually past the faux pas and actually getting to this point in the broadcast, when you're rewatching it, please do that. Subscribe to the channel. It's free. Hit the like button and hit the reminder button so you don't miss out on anything. Devil Flyer says, nah, we can help you out. Never run out of movies to do. Okay. Tonight, the professionals will be on Billy Tucci's channel. Thanks for asking, Hyper Kaiju. Make sure you guys all tune in for that. The Professionals, if you don't know, is a rotating show between the channels of Aaron Lopresti, Art T. Bear, Andy Smith, Dan Frega, Billy Tucci, and myself. We are the Bros, and we talk about different subjects on Thursday nights. Sometimes we do game shows. It's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite broadcasts. I love doing it with those guys. They're a lot of fun. What time is CG Awards? I don't know about that. I must have missed that memo. Oh, here we go. The nominations are this Saturday at 10:30 on Leroy's channel at 7 p.m. Eastern. Oh, okay. I don't know, Graham. They looked armed like Rambo with multiple preloaded magazines. They had their 9 plus some. Well, the 1911 only held 6. Maybe 1 in the chamber, so maybe 7, because it was a 45. But he says, I'm low on ammo. And then he ends up shooting about 20 more of those creatures. They are fluorescent lights above me. You'll get a flicker and color mix. Can make it difficult for your camera. Yeah, and right now I'm only using the camera that's in the computer. That's the next upgrade. I want to get a standalone camera, that has better quality too. All right, let's see here. Anthony Gonzalez Clark is checking in. Good morning. Devil Flyer likes the towel shot of Kim Parker. North Free is a fan of the game shows. Yeah, JJW, I agree. I mean, I don't have to like review the movie per se like we're doing in the 31 days. It could be other aspects of the horror movie, the makeup, the acting, the set designs, the script, whatever. There could be a lot of different stuff that we could talk about, which could be cool. All right, we're gonna make it happen. Devilfly says, "Make it happen." All right, we're gonna do it. We're gonna make a weekly monster show. What day it'll be on and what time, that I'll have to figure out. But we'll do something. How about that? I watch him here around anyway, so why not, right? We could talk about Jack Pierce's makeup and his techniques and stuff. Yeah, there's a million different things. Man of War 665. Another wonderful super chat at $6.65. I thank you, sir. I'm not familiar with this Billy Tucci of whom you speak. Oh, did you mean the ghost of Paul Lynde? Yeah, my bad, brother. I forgot. It was the ghost of Paul Lynde. And thank you for that $6.65 super chat, my friend. That's a good cigar. And there it is. Yeah, I got rid of the head glow. That's good. Yeah, there's another thing. We could include comics. We could talk about really cool horror comics as well. Yeah, I like the way this is shaping up, guys. I think you're right. As Bob from The Thing from Another World used to say, I think you're right, Captain. And if you say I'm right, be sure to swing by and nominate Graham for Artist of the Year or Book of the Year for the Chenoo or Most Anticipated Book for Alien Alamo. Thank you, George. He's not wrong. I'll take a nomination. Yeah, we've got bottomless magazines and guns in movies today. Don't count the shots. It ruins the movie magic. But I do count the shots. Yeah, I want to do Rosemary's Baby. Definitely. I want to do The Omen. I want to do The Exorcist. A lot of those really, really creepy late 60s, early 70s horror films. All right, I think I've made some people happy here. Hyperkaiju says, well, that is awesome. North Free says, awesome. Monolith Monsters is another classic of this era. It was originally on my list, Monolith Monsters. But if we're going to do a weekly show, we'll throw some of those in there. Delaware Comic Dude likes the Monolith Monsters. I do too. Grant Williams was really good in that, and it was just a very different concept. I thought it was really an interesting concept. Okay, now I just want to check something here. So what I'm hoping to do is play the be able to broadcast today like fire, because Alien Alamo is currently at 119,841. So what is that? $159 away from 120K. And at 120K, everybody that has gotten a book perk, whether you got the head sketch and it came with a book, if you have the book, you're going to get a mini print that I'm going to design and illustrate, and it's going to have Alien Alamo characters and Cyberfrog on it. Ethan was gracious enough to allow me to use his character, and the idea for this print came from a discussion we had on the Comicsgate Kings, and where I was joking about Cyberfrog eating up all the crabs, and so I thought of a funny and fun little illustration, and Gabe Eltieb is going to color it, so it's going to look super cool, and everybody's going to get it as soon as we break 120,000. I'm hoping we'll do it today, so that we can do like fire tonight, and throw that video up, because I love that video. It's so much fun to play. So if you've backed it, great, appreciate it. If you have friends that are comic fans, please share that with them. If they're art fans, all we need is one sketch level, head sketch level, and that'll put us over. And then everybody's going to be getting the poster. So Reverend Saber says he needs that AA frog print. Well, we got to get it over 120. Hyperkaiju says, let's get that print, gang. Delaware Comic Dude got the Monster 3-pack. Excellent. Dr. Mass wants to know, how does that work when using other CG characters? It's just a verbal permission. You know, I reached out to Ethan and said, hey, I told him I was interested in doing this, you know, based on what we were talking about. And he just said, sure, no problems. Because we're all on the same team. We're all, you know, working together, you know, this family that are banded together to fight off the SJWs and all their nonsense. So what's good for one is good for all. So he was very cool about it. He's a hard character to draw. I got to tell you, there's a lot of stuff on him, but it's going to be a fun challenge. And I'll start work on that as soon as we hit 120. I know we'll do it. But, you know, you're always nervous when these things are going on, these campaigns. So there we go, my friends. Tomorrow's show, we're going to be doing a Johnny Depp movie. It's hard to believe I'm going to say that. I'm not a huge Johnny Depp fan. But we're going to do Sleepy Hollow, which is one of my favorites of him, of his. And one of my favorites of Tim Burton's, too, which, again, I'm not a huge fan of Tim Burton's movies. But this one works. It has that lyrical fantasy, but there's also a lot of love put into this to the Universal Monster movies. And it's just it's a cool take on the Washington Irving poem. So tomorrow, Sleepy Hollow, you have your homework, my friends. Come back then, and we'll see you there. Guys, have a great day. Bye-bye.